Peets, a second by trustee Broderick. Additions, deletions, discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Treasurer's report, Kevin.
Hello, everybody. I should have all the reports up on the Google Drive for you to review. The year-end projections have been handed out. I started emailing them to all the department heads, instead of printing them out, because 8.5 by 14 paper is expensive. Do you guys prefer to have it emailed, or would you rather have print forms? But you guys, I don't know how easy it's gonna be for you to print them out on 8.5 by 14, so if you'd rather just have them printed out still, I can. But if you wanna be able to look at things and do analysis, you can do an email. I can also put them up on the drive, if that's, you still want them printed, is the biggest question.
I don't need it printed, I just say if someone wants them specifically printed, you can ask, if not, somebody asks.
Is it an Excel spreadsheet or a Google Docs? I'd be happy with the spreadsheet.
And it has previous years in it,
Yeah.
so they all talk to each year after that.
Yeah.
So if you wanna look at it.
Control F is easy to find stuff that way.
Okay, yeah, I'll start doing that. Our rescue squad report has also been emailed to you, I believe. So you should have that. If you have any questions, let me know. The mortgage tax was received from the county, $29,510, which was a decrease of about $10,500 from the same period last year. Last year seemed like a big blip, because I went back and looked at the same period 2 years ago, and it was around this amount. So I think last year was just an outlier. We're currently in the process of getting the quarterly and year-end reporting done for the W-2s. I've already submitted everything for the quarterly payroll taxes, and Amy has got everything ready for the W-2s. And I think she's already printed them, just making sure that we're all ready to go before we send them out. No, we don't have to change things, so she's ready to go with that. 1099s will be done by the end of the month as well. Working on them right now. I have completed and balanced the year-end financial statements and given them to the EFPR auditors to review. So completed the statements, the MD&A, and all the footnotes. So it's in their hands to review and show them anything changed. The idea is to have them presented next month. So I would assume, I don't know if they're going to do it by Zoom again, I would assume so. We'll talk about that shortly, sure. And lastly, I've got a budget amendment for the school business project.
Entertain a motion for the budget amendment, out of contingency, one of the school business capital project account by $10,585. We're gonna reduce the general fund contingency by $10,585. So we're gonna move that into that capital from contingency and use that to pay for, hopefully, the last overage over at the school business project. Moved by trustee Simpson, second. Second by trustee Peets. Questions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
That's all I have. Any questions?
Thanks, Kevin. Next up, committee reports, code. Trustees McGowan and Simpson.
I'm not gonna really, we met the other day, but I'm sure Chad, I'll let Chad take the emergency services side of stuff. Same old, unless you have something.
Yeah, nothing that you're converting.
And we were talking about reviewing the code. We have a person in mind, we think?
Yes.
Oh, we did talk about that for about 5 seconds.
Yes, we
Okay.
have somebody in mind. We received 2 proposals.
Okay.
We'll be looking at those further.
Okay. Future, thank you. DPW, Rob Van Beets.
Yeah, first I want to say welcome back, Marty. I can't believe it. Not a whole lot going on, snow removal,
Thank you.
cleaning the streets. There was a water main break on 420 last Thursday. We're continuing to work on the railings, painting the railings for the Veterans Park. So I have shown you guys some things too.
If he indicated that some things have changed, some things have stayed the same. Unfortunately, one of the things that stayed the same is you look at your budget projections on the contractual in the shop, that's gonna be way over, keep going the way it is. So I had a meeting with the shop foreman and the mechanics to look at what we need to do to make that, run more efficiently out there. They're putting together a list of, some more software for the scanner that we purchased. Basically, they got the same scanner as the guy that we call. There's just not enough software on it. And all they gotta do is, like I told them, just tell me what you need. We can budget for it. Communication. And then the last thing, working on getting the FMC back in order so that the Massena will have Village of Massena will have a trainer again for the CDL, but it will not be me, it'll be somebody else. That's all I got.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
2 months ago, we spoke about the town and water districts, and last month, we were informed that they're working on something, again, something new. Have we heard anything from them in a month?
No.
I mean,
Go ahead, David, I'm sorry.
all I can say is, I didn't wanna say anything, because we really haven't any concrete, but I had a meeting with Ray, last week, and I contacted him today, but he was out today. But we're supposed to get together. I've also spoken to Tim Burley. And so we're planning on steps, we're just going forward. There are steps forward, and Ray was very positive about, hey, I'm on board, I want to see things get done, and see it get done before this month. So that was,
Tim had done some previous work on district setup, and so they recontracted with him.
That was part of the conversation we had last fall, and then it seemed like it wasn't going anywhere, so.
I had a really, Tim and I talked for probably 10 minutes, so we had a lot of good things to say, so.
I just, personally, I want to see something move forward, because I know we started this last July, then it went nowhere. And I know there's some funds that are out there that's owed to the village from tax-paying, non-water district residents. It's a considerable amount of money, so I think the sooner this is done, it's better for the village. So,
They know our stance in
Yes.
terms of any new water districts, so they know our stance.
yes. So, okay, I appreciate that.
Economic development, trustee Pete's.
So I spoke with an individual, he's interested in leasing space in the village for a restaurant, so I'm trying to help him link up with that, so that's exciting if that happens. I had a little bit of feedback from some of my Airbnb guests over the holidays, they're very excited with improvements that are happening within the village. Both of them said that they felt like they were in a Hallmark Christmas movie, so that was exciting. They're hopeful for the changes that are coming forward. I sat on the Massena Artists Association, their first board of directors meeting. They are trying to link with a local business. They want to have a separate space to showcase their work and have workshops and art space. And they are hoping to get a separate space for that as well. They are also interested in having a market idea, a holiday market and a summer market. So I'm helping to assist them with that. We are planning forward with the July 2nd event for fireworks, and we're gonna do festival with vendors, food truck activities, band, and we have a name for it now. Everybody has agreed, we're gonna call it Red, White, and Boom. So that is scheduled for July 2nd, and I did submit a request to the county for a little bit of funding for that, as we saw that come through. So, yeah, we'll be hearing about lots of stuff exciting for our county development.
Laura, now's a good time if you want to jump in, anything to speak to?
Sure. I just moved into our new office space at, I forgot the address already, I'm sorry, it's the old barber shop. They redid it, and it's a very nice space. We're going to have a ribbon cutting grand opening as soon as I get some furniture. Right now I'm using folding tables, so as soon as I get my furniture delivered, then we'll schedule a grand opening and ribbon cutting, and we'll invite everybody.
Great.
Thank you.
Good to hear. Emergency services.
Well, we met, well, first of all, Chief, do you have anything? I saw you have a report on here.
Yeah, I just have the numbers and.
I'll just add one thing for the PD. I did have a few residents reach out to me and about the new camera system. The chief did give me some good information, Monique gave me some good information, and I relayed that to the residents. I suggested they come to a meeting, because that's where they get the proper information instead of on the web.
Sure.
So I just wanted to put that out there that,
Yeah, anybody can contact my office at any time.
so, and I appreciate the information, it was perfect, I just sent it on and, sorry.
No problem.
I just wanted to add that, so.
No problem. Well, Karen and I met with the fire, and I'd like to discuss it in executive session. It's pretty lengthy, and it's
Contractually related.
contractual. Yes,
It was a very good discussion.
it was.
Right. Employee contracts, insurance, I don't have anything with contracts. Any employee contracts, none are up anytime soon. We're good there.
Fire trucks.
May, or is it next May? A year from May? Yeah, I think it's a year from. Yeah. Personnel, I don't have anything in regards to personnel. Recreation.
Recreation, outdoor rinks were slated to go in on the 15th. Not sure if that happened or not. They just recently signed a 5-year contract exclusive with Pepsi for their vending and their concession. Renewed lease agreements at the community center for their 2 tenants there. They had the Mark Tile annual hockey tournament and the Massena Figure Skating Club Invitational, which brings people in from out of town, so that's good. I believe it's this weekend is the boys' high school hockey tournament. Potsdam, Massena, Lancaster, and Eatontown. Revenue was down a bit last month. They attributed that to the closing for the week for the mold remediation, which they did finish stage 1 of that, and have put out to bid to complete that, which will happen in the summer. And they are in the middle of an 8-week futsal program, which started right before Christmas, and ends in February. They have 19 students in grades 1 through 2, 13 students grades 3 through 4, and 19 students in grades 5 through 7. There was a brief discussion on debit cards at concession. They don't currently take those. And so we had a discussion about suggesting that they do that. And that's all there is for it.
Should be a good weekend for accepting rings.
One of the things also rec brought to our attention was they came up with a naming policy. So if someone wants to do something on one of the rec, they came up with a policy for it. I hope everyone had a chance to review that. I think Shalyn made one suggestion, I know Monique made a suggestion, and I think they were both integrated. So if nobody has a problem with that, should we pass it via resolution, you think? Okay. We can pass that via resolution, just saying, is it in agreement with their new naming policy?
Actually, I don't think they need a resolution.
No. So if they want to name something, there's a specific set of guidelines I have to follow and standards have to be met. A few things that are kind of off the top of my head. 500 signatures on a petition, 25 letters,
That's it, to name a building.
name of building, 25 original letters of support. Oh, that sounds good. Try to keep this off of my memory all the time. Recognition nomination form, petition, minimum 500 signatures, minimum 25 letters of support, must be original. 45-day comment period for the presentation of oral and written correspondence. Consider the input received, such petition made 45 days. Comment. So, yeah, I mean, it seems pretty standard. It's not as onerous as the Massena School District has, which
That's
is.
where he started.
Well, that's where he started. The Massena School District is what, they just don't wanna have to deal with it. It is what it is, so they made it so onerous that you can't possibly meet any of their requirements, even have them consider it. So I think this one's much more reasonable. So yeah, as long as we're all good, I don't think we need to ask for a resolution, we just send it on and like that we're okay. Okay. Thank you.
Do you want to do a motion now? Because you want us to approve it.
Oh, I said resolution, motion, so, okay. I will do just a regular motion to approve that, to give our approval for that. Entertain a motion. Moved by trustee Broadbent, second. Then by trustee Evans. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. First public comment, anyone wishing to address the board? Awesome.
Yes, thank you, and good evening, happy new year, everybody. My topic of discussion I've been talking about a little bit is under new business, it's under A, where we're holding St. Lawrence County providing services to the village of Massena. And I totally embrace and believe in interagency cooperation between not just the county of Massena, or the county of St. Lawrence and Massena, but also other municipalities, Louisville, Fraser, whoever. I totally embrace that. However, it just brings me back to my tenure when I was involved. Is it more cost effective using the county forces in lieu of the village forces to do paving, for instance? So that's listed in this document, to do paving for us. And again, is it more cost effective to use the county forces in lieu of the village? And what would happen to the village's equipment, the paving machine, the rollers, and all that stuff that we currently have? And if the village forces are not being used to perform village work, is it the intent to reduce the staff at the DPW? Because obviously St. Lawrence County is doing the work for us. And again, what they used to do in the beginning when I was involved here, the county used to pay for the village of Massena. But what they would do is they would put us at the tail end of their season, where they would pave in the end of October, November, the worst time of year to pave. So when I purchased a paving machine for the village, then we were able to pave whenever we wanted. Typically, the best time to pave would be July, August, September, during the heated part of the year. So, again, I totally embrace working with other municipalities, but not at the expense of employees, or if it's gonna cost us additional monies going down the road.
Haas, I believe this is just a template, it's something we've passed annually. And the memo that came with the resolution was to various municipal clerks.
It indicated in here, I agree, but it indicated in here that shared services such as paving. And it just it concerns me a little bit, that's all.
I
Certainly don't want to see us regress.
I can't remember the last time we used them to pay.
Well, it's something that the county sends out to all municipalities every year, and we haven't used them. Actually, we've been using state to do our painting. We may purchase some signs or something from the county, but not, we haven't really used them that much.
I think it was last year, 2 years ago, Haas, they actually had promised Louisville and another entity that they were going to do paving, they bailed on it. So we don't rely on them for our paving.
Just when I read the document, I got concerned a little bit.
Understood.
I do have another topic that I'd like to piggyback on trustee McGowan's issue, and that is in regards to water districts and the people that are not in the water districts. There are several areas, as we all know, that are in the township, and kudos to this board for holding steadfast, not allowing any additional water to go out into the township until these areas need to be put into a district. They have to. And for those areas that are not in a district, my thought process behind that would be to increase their rates every 6 months until they scream enough at the town board to get put into a district. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
And it's only fair for the village of Massena and the system that we're trying to protect.
My intention in the next budget is to increase their rates again. So I'm on a yearly schedule, but I agree with that. That's the only, one of the other tools that we have is to get the people in those districts, non-districts, to come and say, you need to put us in the districts. So that's definitely one of the tools we'll continue to use.
Thank you.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
Okay, onward, we have no old business. So we're in the new business, and as Hoss just brought up, this proposed resolution holding harmless the County of St. Lawrence, providing services to the village. If there's any stuff that we do with the county, I'll entertain a motion for this. So moved by trustee Simpson, second. Second by trustee Brown. Questions? Discussed it. It's a roll call. Trustee Peets?
Aye.
Trustee Brodnar?
Aye.
Trustee McGowan?
Aye.
Trustee Simpson? Aye. And I vote aye. Thank you. Next up, a proposed resolution, not revolution. For the environmental seeker determination of a negative declaration for the Grass River Sewer Shed Improvement Project. I'll entertain a motion. Moved by trustee Peets, second? Second by trustee Simpson. This, of course, just stating that we're declaring negative and so we can move forward and so forth. All those, it's a roll call vote. Trustee Peets?
Aye.
Trustee Brodman?
Aye.
Trustee McGowan?
Aye.
Trustee Simpson? Next up, a proposed resolution to authorize the agreement with G&G Municipal Consulting and Grant Writing providing water and sewer income study. I'll entertain a motion, then I'll give an explanation. Moved by trustee Peets, second by trustee Simpson. Okay, so we're gonna, this is for an income study. And what this income study does is it determines the income level of the village. If we fall under a certain criteria, it opens up many more opportunities for grant funding. You know, through like community development block grant, Empire State, USDA, and a few others. It's going to cost us in the neighborhood of $33,000. It's $29,000 plus postage. We figure it might even, we figure what, about 5,000 for postage. So
Times three.
5,000 times 2.
Because they're
You
gonna
make me do
return.
math?
I had calculated approximately 41,000.
Okay, 41,000 that return, okay, that's fine. However, I mean, this is, I hate this term, but it's true in this case. This is one of those instances where you're spending money to make a lot of money. This opens up grants in the millions for us, assuming that we fall under that requirement. And I suspect we will, pretty confident. You used to be able to pull this information, if I jump in here, you see it here too. Used to be able to pull this from the census, but they're no longer allowed to do that, so they have to do it via an income survey like this, correct?
Yes, and this is more accurate, I believe they said.
To go out to each mailing address,
Yes.
each tax address or something to
In
So-
a target area.
Yeah, so what's gonna happen is they need a response rate of 40%. And so if this passes, the village residents need to know that there's actually gonna be a survey sent to them, and this is legitimate, and we'll do other press releases and so forth. We need a response rate of about 40 to 38%. We're not gonna get that with people returning postage. So they come here and they go door to door. And they knock on doors until they get the return rate that they need. He said they'll knock it off in about 3 days, and they do this. He's a former police officer, done this numerous times, and he'll go to whatever neighborhoods we need him to go to get them the answer. So they're all very well trained, and so it's, I think it's well worth what it is. If we do pass this, the first surveys could be out as early as the end of January, first week in February. But again, we would do press releases just prior to those going out. And then, when they do come to do door-to-door, again, press releases, they'll be in specific uniforms, we can tell the police department, so everyone knows that this is happening. And again, people need to understand, this survey, like I said, can unlock millions of dollars for us as we pursue money for our sewer, wastewater treatment, water treatment plants.
That money's gonna come from that budget.
Kevin brought that up today, when we were looking at it, there is funding in the two accounts we saw, which accounts were those, Kevin, I can't remember. What's that? Contingency for the water and sewer. So, that's where it would come from. I think I highly recommend we do this. I think it's something that's going to, in the long run, save taxpayers a lot of money in terms of these repairs that must be done.
I may have over-exaggerated that number. Probably closer to 38,000, approximately.
If it pays out, it sounds like it's money well spent.
Yeah. Even if you get 2 times the back, you knock off 1% on the tax rate, you know? So it's they're highly reputable. They were referred to us by Jen from Labella, so it's, and they seem spot on.
That's a question.
Sure.
The main goal is to get the economic temperature, so to speak, of Massena.
So they actually want to know what everyone's income is.
Okay.
And so if we fall under a certain income village-wide, that opens us up for grants. And I'm glad you brought this up, because when they give that information, like, none of us will see, Haas, I'm gonna use you as an example. None of us are gonna see Haas's income and what he makes. The only person that would see that information is a disinterested third party, someone that puts the data together down in the Utica area, I believe we're from. The only thing that we would see is the aggregate of everyone, no one specific. So no one would be sharing that specific income information with us.
Is that used for other things too, or are they connected with, you said for water and sewer?
Yes, there were other things that it opened up for us as well, and Jay described that for us, and for the life of me, I took notes, I didn't take notes on that, but there were other grants and stuff that it would open it up. Community Development Block Grant was one of them.
Environmental.
Yeah, I can,
Oh, go ahead,
yeah,
thank you.
you want me to kind of summarize a little bit?
Please.
Yeah. Yeah, the Community Development Block Grant, so the Village of Massena, your current low to moderate income, which is the threshold that they look at, is 45.5% on the census, and that census was from 2016. And that's what the state uses. So what we need to demonstrate is 51%. So it's not a huge jump from that 45.5 to the 51. And I think there's understanding that since 2016, the population has decreased in the community a bit since that time period. And then as well, the census is based off of what people actually responded to, which is not the full population, not the amount of people you'll get when you have the door-to-door knocking. For the opportunities that this will open up for you, the Community Development Block Grant has multiple programs. They have the infrastructure that can be used for water, sewer, roadways. They also have a Community Development Block Grant housing program. And then they also have a Community Development Block Grant Economic Development Program. So there's a number of different programs that you could apply to. And I believe this, once you do the survey, it's good for, did Jay say, is it 5 years perhaps?
Yeah.
I think.
For some
So
reason, I thought
during
it might
that,
be 10, but.
yeah, I don't think it's 10 years,
5.
but that's my recollection. And so during that time period, you can apply annually to all of these programs. And then it will also open up the opportunity the USDA Rural Development, they currently, there's a threshold of 10,000 persons. You have to be below that threshold to be considered a rural community. And the Village of Massena's population is 10,500. So doing the actual data, they can document the number of residents, demonstrate eligibility, and then USDA Rural Development, they have water and wastewater loan and grant programs. They have community facility loan and grant programs. So there would be, and they also have some economic development programs as well. So those programs would be open. And then I think Jay also mentioned the environmental facilities program. You would again document that you are eligible for that long-term 0% interest loans if you were to need loans for water or sewer projects going forward. So yeah, that's a summary.
Thanks, Jen. And
Yeah, you're welcome.
put that information in the hands of LaBella, and they'll be able to go after it on the grant setting needs.
Also, with Navitas, would they be involved in that as well?
I don't believe Navitas would be involved with this. It might benefit us down the road in terms of opening up grants for them in the engineering that they're doing. But they aren't involved with the study in that regard, but the information could provide. Anything else? Thanks, Jen.
You're very welcome.
It's a roll call vote. Trustee Peets.
Aye.
Trustee Broadbent.
Aye.
Trustee McGowan. Aye. Trustee Simpson. Aye. And aye. Thank you. Next up, proposed resolution correcting and refunding erroneous taxes. Entertain a motion. Moved by Trustee Simpson, second. Second by Trustee McGowan. Annual. It's a roll call vote. Trustee Peets.
Aye.
Trustee Broadbent.
Aye.
Trustee McGowan.
Aye.
Trustee Simpson.
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Next up, a proposed resolution to authorize a professional services agreement with LaBella Associates for development of a brownfield opportunity area plan. Entertain a motion. Moved by Trustee Peets, second by Trustee Broadbent. Monique, you want to speak to this real quick?
We received a grant from the New York State Department of State under the Brownfield Opportunity Areas Program. In the amount of $200,000, and I released a request for proposals in October. Responses were due on November. I finally got a chance to review. We had approximately half a dozen responses, and I recommend going with LaBella. But brownfield opportunity areas are, I just want to use the right terms here, abandoned, unused, or underused due to known or suspected contamination that complicates redevelopment. So they'll be doing, we submitted the grant for 245 acres. They'll select sites after they tour the village, and the BOA takes a comprehensive approach to redeveloping the brownfields by identifying redevelopment opportunities for individual sites as well as surrounding areas, thus maximizing the impacts of revitalization. There's so many acronyms that I have to, I list them all, so I had to create a cheat sheet.
And that'll be a great relationship with them.
A lot of it will tie in with the DRI. But a great point about utilizing LaBella is involved with the DRI's downtown streetscape enhancements and Riverwalk. And so this will avoid duplication of those things and those endeavors. And they're familiar with Massena and, our wants, our infrastructure, so on and so forth. So I think it'll be a fairly easy transition.
Any questions? This too is a roll call vote. Trustee Peets.
Aye.
Trustee Broadbent. McGowan. Aye. Trustee Simpson.
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Thank you. Voucher warrants.
Oh, I've done this in a while.
That's right, Becca's not here.
Entertain a motion that voucher warrant signed by myself, trustee Broadbent, and Mayor Capeland.
Second? Second by trustee Simpson. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Our monthly reports for the fire and code, police, and Explorer Massena are all in the Google Drive. Any communications or correspondence?
I just wanted to mention, I know it's already been put out there and there's stuff posted on our Facebook page, but about, the way that the postal service is changing their postmark, procedures. And I specifically mention that because we use the postmark dates, for our water bills and tax bill, so long as they're postmarked by the due date, then we consider them on time. However, now it may take 2 or 3 days to get it postmarked because US Postal Service isn't, they have to transfer to the regional hub, which they're reducing how frequently the mail is being transferred there. So I just wanted to point that out. Somebody might say they put it in a box on the 9th and it wasn't postmarked till the 11th, we can't remove that penalty.
So I have a personal question, because I read that in the mailer too, so if my water bill's due tomorrow and I dropped it in the box tonight,
Yep,
so the staff picks it up first thing in the morning
Yep.
tomorrow?
yep.
So if it's due tomorrow, make sure it's dropped off tonight.
There's
So
a
I just
radio
wanted,
stop, right?
I knew the answer, I just wanted to put that out there.
Also, we,
Ken, are you speaking of the Dropbox?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about, the Dropbox.
No, this is just only.
Well, I know, but I was mentioning the Dropbox too,
Yeah,
thing.
mails, well, this is referring to.
Right, but I think
Dropbox is
there was-
still okay, yeah.
Yeah, so if we, it's, yeah, okay.
people are
Sorry.
able to go in and have their, and request at the post office that they postmark it that day as well, but I just want to make sure that people understand that, so our staff isn't getting a bunch of calls.
Good to get the information out. Closing public comment. Anyone wishing to think? Jeff and Bob, when those press releases are ready, I hope you guys can help us out. We'll get them out to you. You can release them for us for that income study and stuff in January, then probably again in early May when we will be up. Super, thanks, guys.
We don't want to knock on doors this weekend?
No, well, boy, I wouldn't want to. I do have a need for an executive session to discuss contractual obligations with the internal agency of the village. So entertain a motion for executive session. So moved by trustee Simpson, second by trustee Peets. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We're not gonna take any action.